Yo, welcome to the New Normal Podcast. I want to tell y'all, thank y'all for tuning in tonight. If you have read the title, it says Black people have the highest divorce rates. The reason I'm making this title because yes, once again, we're beating a dead horse when it comes to single mother led households, the things your child is up against educationally, the poverty levels, the outcomes that they will have, um, them being more likely to go to prison, interaction with police, drugs, being runaways, and stuff like that. Today, it's a great topic. Great topic. I got a little articles for y'all that we can read and we can go over. If you are watching, please, pretty please, we're trying to grow the channel. Can y'all give me a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, and follow, subscribe, and tell your friends to do it. And if you don't, you know the motto: your mama is a beep. So, why did I do this? So today I seen my last stream that I did last week with Ashanti, we was talking about is love, money, and money, love. We did the statistics of single mother households, and one of those statistics was the income level, right? So I'm gonna show y'all something real quick so y'all can see it. So when it comes to this, let's read it. According to the 2022 U.S. Census Bureau, 4 out of 11 million single parent families with children under the age 18, nearly 80% were headed by single mothers. I'm not going to say that it's because these people or these kids are raised by single mothers. I'm going to say it's because the absence of fathers. I know I have to word stuff a certain type of way for a certain people to receive the message, because if I don't word it a certain type of way, they'll come and say, well, you should have said it this way. You should have said it this way. And these are the same people that refer to themselves as B words and H's. That's what they refer to themselves as. And but me to give a message, I have to word stuff a certain type of way. We got people that do, certain type of social work, as I'm gonna call it, social work, and helping the community, ejaculate one at a time. They have an issue with the way that you say stuff and the way that you word stuff and the way that you pose questions now, which is weird. But I'm not going to say that it's because we have women raising children. We just have an absence of fathers. A lot of people don't want to talk about how a lot of your fathers are ran off, how a lot of fathers don't want to be fathers, how that women have the option to actually abort a child. But I say this all the time: abandonment is a man's abortion. A lot of people don't like that, but if a man tell you that he doesn't want to have a child, or y'all been having sex for the first time or a week and you get pregnant, which is weird and asinine, then I don't believe in abortion. But hell, if he tell you he don't want it and you can kill it if you don't want it, then I think him abandoning is not as bad as you killing it. But people will argue that. I don't know how murder is worse than not being there. At least you get a baby a chance to breathe. But that's another conversation for another day. So I'm gonna just scroll down. Y'all can go to this. This is the singlemotherguide.com. But this right here is what I want to talk about. It says the median income for single mothers is $51,168, right? Did y'all read that? The median income for single mothers is $51,168,000. The median income for married couples is $106,921. The reason that I want to bring this up, and like I said, since doing a podcast and streaming and talking to a lot of different people, I get a lot of insight on where people get their ideologies from and their insight and the way they view things. And one of the things that I noticed is if you're making $51,000, that's not a lot of money, but that's a average income, right? But if it's you and a child and child care and somewhere to stay and having a vehicle and phone, that money can get ate up pretty fast, right? So, if you are a married couple, you're going to fare much better because you have double the income, right? And what does that do is it puts your child in a better living situation, puts them in a better educational situation. They're not susceptible to a lot of things that's going on in the world. For instance, I was talking to somebody doing a podcast, and we had a conversation about them being raised by a single mother and growing up in the hood and stuff like that. And I was telling them the interactions that I had with police were different than their interactions with police. Now, I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. Um, I used to hang out in Kingston a little bit. And so when I used to be over there in Kingston, Kingston is the hood. So when I used to be over there in Kingston playing ball at the court and stuff like that, you would see policemen ride around all the time. All the time. And if you stay in the city, then you understand that you see policemen all the time. But then when I moved out of the city to like Argo, kind of like the suburbs, we rarely seen police. So that right there alone increases the interaction that you're going to have with police brutality, malpractices, racial profiling, and stuff like that, because the police are put in those areas actually to do a lot of that stuff, actually to stereotype and profile people. And we know in low income areas it's more susceptible to drugs, violence, murder, things like that, because what do you expect for to happen when everybody's poor? Like, it was a time when I was growing up where you could not leave your bike on the front yard. You couldn't go run to the backyard and drink out the water hose and come back and just hop on your bike. You had to take your bike with you because you didn't know somebody was going to run away with it. Like those type of things, and living in those type of environments, I don't think it's cool. Kids need to be fun, free. You don't have to worry about somebody trying to get over on you, taking something from you, or anything like that. So when I read this, that lets me know that a lot of these parents that are single mothers are going to be in the hood. They're going to be repeating a cycle. It was said that a lot of women, I'm talking black women because I'm black, I date black women, I don't believe in interracial dating, but to each his own. I know that we had people go to the Supreme Court to fight to be able to marry opposite races or whatever. I wouldn't, but I had people that fought to integrate, but I wouldn't. So, and we see how a lot of that stuff is turning out, because when it comes to economics and how far black people are when it comes to economics, and then you got to ask yourself, why do you think so many people, government, and entities are trying to keep black people apart? Why is that? Because everybody knows family and multiple incomes and two heads are better than one, and people that are trying to build better products. You don't have people that go to jail to fill the prison systems. You have people that look like me and other black people who can be the next engineers, be the next Barack Obama. When you have people that growing up with two parent households, we know what they're up against if you're being raised by a single mother. And we'll talk about that. I got plenty of articles, statistics today. So y'all can say what y'all want to say. I'm gonna put it right in y'all face. Y'all can go look these articles up if y'all have to complain about them. And yes, there are more single mothers than there are single fathers, or whatever statistic that I got argued with the other day. Because we know that there are way more women sleeping with guys who don't take care of their fathers than guys that are just around here making babies randomly. We know this. There aren't a lot of guys that just doing it. You got to think about like a Boosie, 8 kids, 9 kids, Future, 8 kids, 9 kids, with 8 different baby mamas, NBA young boy, your Nick Cannons, and a lot of these women, these are the guys, they're only baby mothers for like a Nick Cannon. So if you got a Nick Cannon with 12 baby mamas, that's one man, 12 women. So that would say that there is more single women than there are single fathers. Even if you're going to argue that so many fathers are unreported, whatever, whoop, whoop, all that, we still know that there are so many women that are sleeping with men that don't take care of their children. Think about the 3 Men in Tennessee who have what, 86 children by 46 different women. This number that I'm showing you right here on the screen is so important. It's so important. It says single mothers earn incomes that place them well below marriage mothers in the income ladder. The gap between the two groups is significantly large. The median income for families led by single mothers in 2020 was about 51,168,000, well below the $106,921 median for family for married couples. Out of out of more than 10 million low income working families with children, 39% were headed by single working mothers, or about 4.1 million. The proportion is much higher among African Americans, 65%, compared with the whites, 36%. Only one third of single mothers receive any child support. And the average amount of these mothers received was about $286 a month. This is why this is sad. Poverty. Single mothers are much more likely to be poor than married couples. The poverty rates for single mother families in 2020 was 23.4, nearly five times more than the rate 4.7 for married coupled families. Among children living with mother, only 38.1 lived in poverty. In contrast, only 7.5 of children in two parent families were counted as poor. 35% of black families were poor, 43% of native families were poor, and 26% white families were poor. Families headed by women of color fared even worse. Nearly two in five, 35% of black female headed families lived in poverty. Hispanic, 34%, white, 26%, and Asian, 22%. Among all other ethnic groups, Native American family headed families with children had the highest poverty rate. More than two in five, 43%, lived in poverty. Hardships. See, this is sad. The more we read and read about what's going on with single mother led households, and how 40 something percent of single mother led households were from people who are divorced. And you got to ask yourself, this is one thing I don't like when it comes to the number one reason people get divorced is monetary issues, right? So from what I hear, typically the woman marries a man, she's heading over heels. And, the women typically say, I'm marrying this man because of potential, right? So since she's marrying this guy for potential, she hopes that later on in his life that he will earn more. But typically, most men probably will tap out at like $50,000. Okay. So when you're with a woman and women control 80% of spending in a marriage, in the household. Women control 80% of that spending in that household. You can look that statistic up. If I need to pull it up, I'll pull it up real quick. But women control 80% of the spending in the household. So, with that being said, you have to ask yourself, why are women divorcing if they can control so much money in the household with two incomes? A lot of times this math ain't math, and a woman can make $70,000 and feel more superior than her man making $50,000 and leave him and leave 50. You was making 70, he was making 50. That's 120. But you leave to only make your 70. That math ain't mathing. To think you're going to get a man that's making what, 90? The math is not mathing, baby. Like, you got to ask yourself, you losing out because you thinking that since you're older now you might be out there on the dating market with kids, because we already know when you have kids as a woman, it makes it harder to date. I have plenty of homeboys that meet a woman, find out she has kids, and instantly get turned off because that's a burden that now we don't have to take on and we don't want to take on. My homeboys don't have kids. So when you think about what's going on and what we see right here, it says almost one third, 24.3% of single mother families were food insecure. 12 about one ninth, 11.7% use food pantries. One third spent more than half their income on housing, which is generally considered the threshold for severe housing cost burden. 24.3% were food insecure, 11.7 use food pantries. Families headed by single mothers are among the poorest households. More than a third lived in poverty and, as such, are extremely vulnerable to homelessness. Among all homeless families nationwide, about two-thirds, 60%, were headed by single women, and children represent 21% of the total homelessness population. Nearly half were African American, 49%. So when tell you, black women tell you, I don't need a man, I don't want a man, I can do bad all by myself, they damn sure are. Trust me, they damn sure are. We got the statistics right here in front of us. We see what's going on and we see how people are faring out, having sex. So many people are pregnant longer than they know the person who they're pregnant by or who's having a baby for them. Most people seem like from having conversations get pregnant within the first 3 months of meeting somebody and then break up when they have the baby. And then, like I tell people, it used to always baffle me that so many people used to say, I didn't know who I had a baby with, or I didn't know who I got pregnant by until I had a baby. And then it dawned on me that so many people get pregnant so fast by these people because women love raw meat. Women love that raw meat. They don't want to feel it with no glove. They got to feel the real thing. They need to feel you ejaculate in them. They want to get those soul ties attachments. So you have to be cautious, men, when you out here with these women and procreating. Because you go out there and hit that button, and then you keep on hitting that button, and then sometimes women don't want to get rid of those children because they have that attachment to you because you might be the guy that knocked it out the box. So that she might want to keep that child as a keepsake. That's a what they call it, a fuck trophy. That's what it is. It's a fuck trophy. This is why I tell people over and over again, as us as black people, we got to come back together because this idea that we can do this by ourselves is not how black people ever lived ever in life. This idea that don't say or speak on what I do. I'm living my best life. I'm living my truth. That's all bull crap. This whole idea that I don't live for you and you don't live for me is bull crap because as black people, we knew community, a building was a thing. We knew that networking, barter system. We knew that, I know a lot of people are leaving church now, but even if you're not heavily religious, church was where you got your news from. Church is where the community built from. It was the basis of who child was this. There was that village that people say it takes a village to raise children, but now so many people are leaving church. They have no community. We get to the point where we see students fighting teachers now. So many parents want to be their children's friends, which is ridiculous. We had this thing going around called gentle parenting. We see how that shit turning out now. Yeah, I want a gentle parent. Yeah, our kids. We gentle parenting nowadays, which is the sad reality that so many parents in my generation, because it's a generation before me and it's my generation who are leading these kids astray. It's not me. You see what I'm doing? I'm sitting here on the podcast telling y'all, hey, we need to do better as a people. We need to do better as a people. We need to do better as people. Do y'all know that over 70% of inmates in American prisons cannot read above a fourth grade level? Additional statistics on early latency skills, literacy skills, and incarceration. According to the National Assessment of Adult Literacy, two-thirds of students who cannot read proficiently by the end of their fourth grade will end up in jail or on welfare. I'm gonna share it because you know we gotta have it. We gotta. I gotta let y'all see this because y'all think I be pulling stuff out my booty, but I don't. It's real. It's here. We can read it, and I don't know why we keep falling into the same traps. I don't know why, as us as people, we keep falling into the same trap. The one thing that we can control, our family structure, we don't want no parts of that. We want to have hot girl summer. We want to let people run rush out and let our kids do what they want to do. Y'all down there and y'all kids go down the city walk and have all these fights and melees and brawls, and then get mad when the police have to body slam them on their neck because they unruly down there, and nobody wants to hold these parents accountable. We need to start charging parents. We need to start charging parents. Like if you can charge your dog, if a person can get charged for their dog biting someone, you mean to tell me your child is not smarter than a dog? You mean to tell me you can't have more control over something that you created? But if a dog goes and bites somebody, you can be sued. You could be charged. Think about that. Parents need to be charged. And if you're reading this, it says, I'm gonna let y'all read it once again. I'm gonna make it bigger. Hold on. Over 70% of inmates in America's prisons cannot read above a fourth grade level. Additional statistics on low early l- literacy skills and incarceration. According, excuse me, according to the National Assessment of Adult Literacy, two-thirds of students who cannot read proficiently by the end of the fourth grade will end up in jail or on welfare. That's why they used to tell us in school reading is fundamental. That's why they used to tell us in school reading is fundamental, because they knew a long time what we was up against. Why you think back in slavery time they would tell us that we couldn't read? They had a joke. If you don't want a nigga to know, put it in a book. So y'all mean to tell me y'all don't think it's wise that we have our children read and understand these books and have comprehension skills? If you cannot read above a fourth grade level, two-thirds of students who cannot read proficiently by the end of fourth grade will end up in jail or welfare. And you got to ask yourself, why do they continue to build prisons? I was watching a TikTok the other day, and on that TikTok, it was a man talking about kids coming back to school after COVID. And he said he's seen some of the worst test scores in math and reading since testing started. That is sad. Kids coming back dumber and fatter to school. Kids are coming back from COVID dumber and fatter to school. Y'all got them right now sitting in front of their tablets. Y'all ain't making them go outside. Y'all let them eat all the stuff in the refrigerator, and they can't read, but they know all the damn songs on the radio. They know all the songs on the radio. Here's another one. It says readingpartners.org. I'm going to click on this one. Let's just go down the rabbit hole. I ain't got nothing else to do tonight. Do prisons use third grade reading scores to predict number of prison beds that they'll need? Politicians find the factoid of pithy way to emphasize the importance of early childhood reading, and journalists find it a convenient lead for stories highlighting the good work of reading programs across the country. But do prison builders really use third grade reading scores to predict the number of prison beds they need? The idea is especially obvious to those is often communicated to educators, parents, and prison reform advocates. The statement is explosive, as they say, because it speaks to so many of our deeply rooted convictions, our apprehension over prison operators' motives, or our worry over the quality of our public schools. It's a loaded statement, sure to ruffle feathers. Thanks to the work of some intrepid reporters, the fact checkers, we know that this startling claim is not true. Well, technically untrue at least. Oh shit. I don't want to read this article no more because it's all over the place now. Perhaps it's best to call this distortion of truth. While there isn't evidence of state departments or corrections using third or second or fourth grade reading score to predict the number of prison beds they need in the next decade, one spokesperson called the claim crap. There is an undeniable connection between literacy skills and incarceration rates. Well, let's go back. They may let's say they don't use it. But over 70% of inmates in America's prisons cannot read above a fourth grade level. And the first time I heard this, my wife told me this, and my wife is a teacher. She told me this. She said, "Why do you think they put what they say the police at the school now? The school to prison pipeline is a thing. They know who going to prison. They know exactly who going to prison." I was listening to Freeway Ricky Ross, the real Rick Ross, talk about how nobody in prison is in the library. Only old men. All the young guys can't read past a third grade level. This is out of Freeway Rick Ross' mouth. He said if you stay in the library, you'll have no trouble in prison because most inmates don't go to the library. He said this on a Vlad TV interview. If you want to go check what he said, most guys that's in prison can't read past a third grade level. Here's another article. Literacy Mid South says, according to National Adult Literacy Survey, 70% of all incarcerated adults cannot read at a fourth grade level, meaning they lack the reading skills to navigate many everyday tasks or hold down anything but lower paying jobs. Data supports uh that those without sufficient income earned by work are the most prone. This is what we're up against. This is what we're up against. And I tell you, if they don't build prisons off these reading levels, cool. But we know that over 70% of inmates can read over a fourth grade level. So what did that tell y'all? You mean to tell me if they know that people read, 70% of the people that come in here reading, let's just do deduction. Just a little deduction. If I know most of the people that can't read come in this bitch, then I know for a fact I need to be building prisons because I know most of the people that's in school ain't gonna be able to read. It ain't that hard. There's just a little deduction. Just a little deduction. Just a little deduction. Do y'all know most people that are school shooters come from broken homes? Did y'all know that most people who come from broken homes are school shooters? Well, guess what? I got the article. We can read it. I got the article that we can read right now. That we can read right now. Hold on. My computer finally working right, y'all. I had to figure out how to hook up the Ethernet cable because when I say it was lagging really bad, but it moving kind of fast today. It moving kind of fast. I was upset my last screen didn't go as planned. It's a fatherless single mother home statistics. Many school shooters are a product of a broken home. Many school shooters are a part of a broken home. School shootings have been increasing, and there is a strong probability that this is the product of single parent homes that are fatherless. The result of a failed social experiment by the family courts. Family courts force children into broken homes with single parents just because the parents divorce or separate, even when both parents are fit. Let's do single mother home statistics. 38.8% of single mothers are divorced, 41% never married, and 6.5 widowed. Brookings Institutes assessing the impact of welfare reform on single mothers, part 2. They're citing this so y'all can go and read it. So this is just inserts that they're citing that you can go and read if you need to. The thing is, you got to ask yourself, why do they give mothers? This is another stat. Single father homes and two parent homes fare the same outcome when it comes to parenting and children and results. Single father household and two parent household fare the same results. Bear the same results. The strongest predictor of whether a person will end up in prison is that they were raised by a single mother. Father's Absence and Youth Incarceration paper presented by the annual meeting of American Sociology Association, San Francisco, California. And this was 1998. What, that 25 years ago? 1998. 25 years ago. This is we've known this for 25 years and people keep repeating this cycle. This is sad. In 1996, 70% of inmates in state juvenile detention centers serving long sentences were raised by single mothers. Where they are is no substitute for parent. Why there is no substitute for parents? This is written in 1997. The proportion of single mother households in a community predicts the rate of violent crimes and burglary, but the community's poverty level does not. See, I don't know, because I'm always under the impression that black people always been poor, but the crime hasn't always been this bad. So that leads me to believe this may be true, but the community's poverty level does not. Hmm. What does it say? Social Structure and Criminal Victimization Journal of Research in Crime and Delinquency, 25th, 1988. Damn, that was 35 years ago. 72% of juvenile murderers and 60% of rapists came from single mother homes. Chuck Colson. How Shall We Live? Tyndale House, 2004. I guess that's page 323. This is sad reality, but this is the reality nonetheless. This is why it's important for us as black people to make sure that we stay together, that we love on each other. This whole gender war that we in, this is just white women and white men with this whole feminist movement. And black men have never had the power to hold anything over you, to oppress you, to run these companies that you think are paying you 70% on the dollar than they pay the men, which has been debunked. Black men don't control this. We have people that give one or two stories about how, well, my granddaddy had a family across the town and he used to beat my grandmama. And you hear that once or twice, and then I'm sitting back listening. I'm like, okay, but my grandparents didn't do that. I didn't see that growing up. My daddy didn't go across my mama's head every time she breathed hard. That what y'all say? Every time she breathed hard, my granddaddy black her eye. Nigga, what? So you mean and the stuff y'all be telling people, y'all don't be understanding what y'all really saying to people, because you got to understand, when you tell people that you come from somebody that was that abusive, that's who you come from. So you mean to tell me your granddad to black your grandmama eye every time she breathe hard, and you come from them people? Are you crazy? Are you violent? That's genetically in you. Your daddy might be prone to violence. It might be a genetic trait in y'all that y'all might just be murderers and killers and ass beaters. Who knows? But y'all out here telling people, my granddaddy did this, my granddaddy did that, and he was a cheater and had people all over the town. And when he died, he had like 17 kids show up at his funeral. I'm like, okay, well, if that's the case, why can't we change the narrative? Why can't you be a beacon of hope, a beacon of love, a beacon of light? Why can't you do that? I'm just trying to figure out why you can't do it, why you can't change the trajectory of your life, your kids' life, and so on and so forth. But we addicted to love and hip hop, where it's nothing but black women on there fighting and throwing and pulling hair and being messy and trying to see who's sleeping with who and talking in the group chats about who got the big Peter whacker and my baby daddy ain't this, getting on Facebook dogging each other out. Oh, this is what y'all want to do. I'm like, bro, this is what I be want to tell y'all sometimes.
You keep talking, man, and you shut the fuck up.
That's how I be feeling. That's really how I be feeling. Y'all just need, sometimes y'all need to what?
You keep talking, man, and you shut the fuck up. Huh?
Shout out to Dick Gregory. Shout out to Dick Gregory. It says growing up without a father could permanently alter the structure of the brain and produce more children who are more aggressive and angry. Children brought up only by a single mother have a higher risk of developing deviant behavior, including drug abuse. New research suggests Dr. Gabriella Gobi, McGill University, and Francis Belmico Center for Addiction and Mental Health, publishing in the journal Cerebral Cortex. I'm gonna have to read that journal. This say growing up without a father could permanently alter the structure of the brain. Like I told y'all, when y'all be saying stuff, if it can alter the structure of the brain, I wonder how that is passed down from generation to generation to generation on how people think. Staying together. And I ain't saying, and people always want to go to the extremes when it comes to marriage and black people staying together in marriage. It's always dumb stuff when you hear people getting divorced, especially in my community. I'm like, bruh, you I hear women talk about they getting divorced because they man don't make enough money, but then they still go get divorced and still be poor and still go on dates and then be asking people to, can y'all send me money on my cash up so I can get a babysitter so I can go out with this nigga that I hope he got some money, and if he ain't got no money, hope he we can have a good time and he don't leave his wallet at home so I ain't got to go back here and wash dishes. Can y'all please help me out? Like, what the fuck? This is the logic that a lot of women are doing. I'm leaving my man because he didn't have no money to go find a man who got some money, hoping that I find a man that got some money to bring these men around my fucking children when I could have stayed with their daddy and we could have just struggled in love together. Now I know being poor also affects the brain as well. Gives you a certain type of stress. Yes, money does buy happiness, but a lot of y'all ain't gonna get no money. Can we just live in reality for a second? If you wanted a nigga with some money, man or woman, if you wanted somebody with some money, how about you get somebody with some money before you to start procreating? How about that? I know y'all want to find a man with money, but how about y'all find a man with money before y'all start procreating? That way you don't have to procreate and leave the man and then go search for a man with money after you already have kids and putting these bastard kids and these fucked up ass kids back out here on the streets. So we ain't got to take care of, because believe it or not, we live for one another. I live for you. I got to do what I'm supposed to do. I'm a married man with 2 children. I'm raising my children up so they won't run into your house. They won't fuck with your children. They won't run in your house and steal and murder, rape, and pill bitch crazy and do a whole bunch of shit and say shit on the internet and make me look bad, make you look bad, have bad interactions with other races of people and be like, this is how black people act. No, we gotta do better as people. This whole gender war, and yes, we're in a gender war. It's ever present. It's there. A lot of people like to deny it, but you know, that's why only 1 in 4 black women will get married. I ain't saying causation and correlation is a thing, but you got another thing is black women then got fat as hell. I know I ain't supposed to say that. And that's gonna be another podcast for another day because black people, us as black people, bruh, when it comes to a lot of liberal agendas like trans stuff, gay stuff, like not fat shaming and the council culture, I can't believe we just go along with a lot of the bull stuff that's going on. I can't believe we go, nigga, fat shaming. I can't. And never in a million years did I think that us as black people would be like, yeah, we ain't gonna fat shame nobody. If you grew up in a black school system, if you went to a black school, nigga, you can cracked on by any and everything there is. Any and everything. So how are you gonna tell me you ain't finna fat shame somebody because the social norm is we can't talk about people being fat or stuff like that. It's weird. Yeah, hold on. Oh boy. My bad, y'all. My bad. But yet y'all out here raising these little renegades and stuff like that. That's what I call them. Y'all out here raising these little renegades that y'all don't y'all out here raising these renegades. These kids that do whatever they want to. Y'all don't want nobody to say to them, but y'all love saying it takes a village to raise a kid. But as soon as the village got something to say about your child, now it's an issue. Now you got an issue with the village. Soon as the village say something about your child, now you got an issue with the village. See how that work? So y'all really don't want the village saying nothing to y'all. Now you got an issue. Y'all do not want the village saying nothing to y'all about y'all children. So quit saying that. I'm getting so tired of seeing women fighting all the time, black women fighting. And don't come on I hate this. Well, the white people do it too. White people do it too. I don't care what white people do. I'm talking about us and what I see is our community. We need to build our community. I ain't worried about what no white people do. Cause let y'all tell it. White people do this and white people run the world and black people can't change it. And we just everywhere we turn and look, we oppressed. But the only one, the one thing we can control is our family. Y'all don't give a fuck about trying to, bring that back together. The one thing we know we can control is the family. And y'all don't want to work to bring that back together. Some of the most successful people in the world are married and they stay married. I understand finances play a big part. And, when you make like over $250,000 as a couple, your divorce rate goes down exponentially. It's like 20% chance of divorce when you make that much money. That's a pretty good rate. But how many people are going to make over $250,000? So when they have the metric of when they use money as a metric to judge a person's value, that's when all of this stuff has went haywire. Because a man had a value because he could work with his hands. He could build a house. He could till the ground. The woman had value because she could sew a dress. She knew how to bake a cake. She knew how to keep the home going and steady and stuff like that. She knew how to knit and make shoes and stuff like that. A man knew how to build cars, and those were things that are tangibles. Where when you add the money aspect in it to where people have to be compensated for those skills and labors. And I understand that you should be compensated, but when it gets to the point where capitalism is running roughshod over on how we value people, because that's basically what's happening. Now, I do think people should be compensated, and money is part of the compensation. And if you're a single mother, I know that a lot of times y'all using that cootie pop as compensation. Hey, I see memes every day on my Facebook. When I scroll up and down my Facebook, hey, my car acting up. I guess I need to go out here and have sex with a mechanic. Like what? Like y'all out here, y'all literally on Facebook now posting who y'all having sex with and letting us know and letting the world know. Not letting the world know because the world knew. When I say the world, I mean women. Men didn't know I don't think a lot of men knew how scandalous and how women really was getting down out here and throwing that cootie pop all around to actually have their way. Because if all else fails, when a woman ain't got no money, she got that thing between her legs and she'll make it work. When times get hard, that coochie get wet. Never forget that. When times get hard, that coochie get wet. Because when she ain't got no money, she can go have sex with the mechanic, get her car fixed. If she ain't got no car, if she got a job, she can just meet a dude at work. She can meet a dude at work and get him that little stank in between her legs, and he gonna take her to work every day. If she ain't got no groceries, she can go in and have sex with the building maintenance man to buy her groceries. If times get hard, when times get hard, that coochie get wet. Cause she gonna make it do what it do. A woman ain't never, ever. That's why you see way less homeless women than you do men. Cause she gonna pop that cat. Best believe that. Why you think that meme going around saying the reason black women are single because they need to be paid to be in a relationship? Just listen to our music nowadays about how women need a nigga with this type of money, and you can't sleep with me if you ain't doing this to me and all of this. And before y'all say it's just music, it's just music. Like there ain't studies and science that show that music does sway how you feel and think. How like we ain't gonna act like people say, well, I listened to this song and it made me cry because it had me thinking about my mother and Tupac, Dear Mama, and all of it. Like, come on, dog. It's only just music when people condemn rap music and people listening to and actually using rap music to edify their soul. It's only just music. But let's be real, it's more than just music. It's more than just music. I got another article we're gonna look at. Let's do this. Oh yeah. Oh man, you know what? This don't tell me this. I'm finna be upset. Okay, cool. Let me share this screen right here, and then we gonna dip out of here. Ooh. If y'all watching, y'all make sure y'all give me a thumbs up. Make sure y'all like the video and share the video. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure y'all subscribe. Pretty pleased with Sugar on Top. We're trying to build a channel. I'm trying to get back to screaming more and more. I have plenty of topics and things we could talk about. And I'm going to make sure I scream more because I've been lazy. Just going to be honest, I've been lazy. It's in the United States today, nearly 24 million children live in a single parent family. This total, which has been rising for half a century, covers about 1 in every 3 kids across America. A number of long-term demographic trends have fueled this increase, including marrying later, declining marriage rates, increasing divorce rates, and an uptick in babies born to single mothers. Within single parent families, most children, 15 million, live in mother only household. Nearly 6 million kids live with cohabitating parents, and some 3.4 million kids live in father only households, according to 2019 estimates. Among unmarried parents, the share of single mothers has shrunk in recent decades, while the share of cohabitating parents has grown. So basically, they saying a lot of people living together nowadays that ain't married. The likelihood of a child living in a single parent family varies by race, ethnicity, and family nativity. Black American Black and American Indian kids are most likely to live in a single parent family. 64% of black children and 52% of American Indian children fit this demographic. White and Asian and Pacific Islander kids are least likely to live in a single parent household. 24% of white children and 15% of Asian and Pacific Islander children fit this demographic. Latino children and children who identify as two or more races fall somewhere in the middle, with 40% of kids from these groups living in a single parent family. Family nativity makes a difference. 38% of kids in US born families live in a single parent household compared to just 24% of kids in immigrant families. This is about Mississippi. At the state level, the statistic varies from a low 19% of kids in Utah to a high of nearly 50% of kids in Louisiana and Mississippi living in a single parent household. Of course, the South would be the highest. Among 50 most populous U.S. cities with data in 2019, the share of children in single parent families ranged from a low of 21% in Seattle and a high of 71% in Cleveland. The Kids Count data center also breaks down statistics down by congressional districts, will indicate even greater variations locally, from a low 14% to a high 71% in 2019. Like I tell y'all, this is sad. We know this, but I'm gonna read it anyway. It says single parent families and especially single mother only households are more likely to live in poverty compared to married parent households. Given this, kids of single parents are more likely to experience the consequences of growing up poor. Children in poverty are more likely to have physical, mental, and behavioral problems, disrupted brain development. There that shit go. Disrupted brain development, shorter educational trajectories, contact with the child welfare and justice system, employment challenges in adulthood, and more. Yeah, and I keep asking myself why I know this, and so many people act like they don't know it, but they don't do nothing about it. Do people care this little about their seed? But then I say that, and then I go back to that so many people want to kill their seed, and abortion. So many people kill their kids outside of the womb. So let's let's just keep it real. So many people, molest and touch and do all this weird stuff and abandon their children. So when it comes to kids and children and how people view things, yeah, most people don't care about kids. That's why they care more about the glitz and the glamour of being in a family, but not the work that comes into it, not the latency of being there, not the monotony of being in a family system. There's videos I've saved on Facebook. I wonder, can I find them, of women in the 70s saying that they would rather be single mothers. They don't want to deal with the stress of being in a family. Hold on. A family environment. Ah, hell. It won't. It's not my computer, so I got to do all the login stuff, to get in here on Facebook. Yes. Continue. So now it's letting me in. This was me. Save browser. Continue. Okay, they finally let me in. Let me see if I can find these videos. Well, I got a message. Make sure my messages ain't showing up on that screen, so y'all can be all in my business. I don't need all y'all in my business. Have y'all seen this new trend? The new trend of the women doing the see-through dress stuff to show their cootie pop. Have y'all seen that? Hold on. Hold on. As a matter of fact, I know I was supposed to be finding that, but I'm gonna play this video because these stuff is good. This stuff is good. I always gotta adjust my sound on him. That's another thing I don't like. I'll put it. Yo. Well, let me mute this. I'm gonna turn the volume down. I'll just make sure my volume can play, but I'm gonna play it for y'all so y'all can see this. Hold on. So y'all can see this. That's ridiculous. I'm gonna show y'all this real quick so y'all can see this see-through dress. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about this see-through dress. So here's the video of the women showing that cootie pop, that see-through dress. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Click your heels 3 times, close your eyes, baby, let's ride. I told her don't say a word, baby, nah. Take you anywhere in this cold world, but on the sunny side. Anything that you want in your life, ask, give it one try. Got me looking at your body like, oh, but I'm trying to get inside your soul. Hey, hey, hey! I know I'm supposed to be. I know we talking about something serious right now, but and see, this is the problem with men right here. What I'm doing. This one right here. She tough. And I know I'm supposed to be condemning actions like this because women get on the internet and they start catfishing and asking for a cash up. But can we not?
Rappers be talking about, I got your bitch. Instagram got your bitch.
Mhm.
Instagram got your bitch. Like, I'm sorry, I know my Christian scorecard just went down for using a profane piece of language.
Bruh, yeah, y'all see the women showing their cootie pop, the see-through. Look, y'all see, I'm supposed to be condemning this, but to see it makes it hard for me to condemn stuff like this because I'm still a man at heart, and then I see stuff like this, and I'm like, God, like women got it so. I get excited 1 second, and then I get mad because I'll be like, damn, she fine. And then I get mad because like women have it so easy because now I can just go in just go and put on a see-through dress and stand in front of the sun and bend over a little bit and show a little bit of my cootie pop and probably get like $3,000 just not even having sex or show them like the actual nakedness. You know what I'm saying? Like I get upset about that. Okay, but let's go. On that good New York type of flow with a little dirty mix too. That motherfucker got that roast beef down there. Look at that. That thing, she got that roast beef down there, y'all. And all of these women, they got some nice little tight little bodies. But she got the hanger there. She got the cliffhanger. West coasting on the track, real smooth. Let's go, let's ride. She open and rolling. My trip. I'm hoping you know. This probably was the worst one in the video. I hate how she takes. I don't know what kind of body this is. Yeah, y'all gotta go back on that girl right now. We're gonna pause it. This body is so square and rectangle. I don't know what's going on here. She has no curve. She's so boxy, and then she might be a little knock-knee. Like, nah, like they could have kept her off this little reel. I know it's supposed to be the cootie pop, but you know, they could have kept her off this. I know some white guys probably like that. If you white and you like that, I know y'all like that. Hold that cootie pop. Look at that. Oh, she's great too, but oh man. Click your heels 3 times, close your eyes, baby, let's ride. But back to regular. TD said, yeah, she's bad as fuck.
I see a nice little body. She look good as hell.
Back to what I was saying. Let me go back
excuse
to,
me. Hey, how you doing? What's your name?
Yeah, very quick. Don't y'all don't look at my stuff because I don't need y'all. Oh, I should have stopped sharing. I don't need y'all all on my Facebook page and seeing what messages and stuff I got. Hold on, I'm gonna share it. It don't make no sense that they was showing that cootie pop like that. Y'all, would y'all date somebody that was putting pictures out there like that? Here go another video. This is why I say leaving people to go date somebody else is bad. And the reason I say that is because listen to how this woman is talking to somebody else's church. Just listen to this. I probably ain't gonna be able to get monetized, but okay. Y'all listen to this. TD said, of course not. I don't know which one I put. Oh, here you go. I don't know if y'all seen this video, but I always see. I'm always on Facebook finding videos to say, but I'm gonna stream all week. Get stream that up.
The fucking disrespect. Y'all got to get up and go to work every motherfucking day to take care of y'all. Do y'all know if another nigga baby mama or wife would have dropped dead that y'all would be living everywhere because a nigga don't give a fuck? Y'all daddy ain't got to have y'all here because he y'all daddy. What y'all thought? Because he y'all daddy, he got to take care of y'all? He ain't got to do shit but stay back and die. That's what he got to do. He don't got to take care of y'all. Where's your side daddy at? Who the fuck knows? Don't nobody got to take care of nobody's kids because they their kids. absolutely nothing.
And she's right. That's how most people feel. Because I had you, that don't mean nothing. And that's why people be Xing their kids off like that in the womb. Because just because you're attached to me and I created you from me. Yeah, she's dead serious. She's dead serious.
Mistake.
And these are the type of people are leaving their husbands and wives for to go get in relationships with so they could talk to their children like this. This is ridiculous.
Will take you up. Glad. Y'all is so fucking disrespectful. Guess what? I don't like y'all.
See, she mad. And see, that's what they tell y'all. Y'all don't speak and say stuff in the heat of an argument or when you're mad. Now she telling these children she don't like them. They have to live with this woman probably. And she's saying she don't like them and that's not their mother. Look how this bad body built bitch shape.
I don't like
She shaped like Squidward.
y'all. I don't want to talk to y'all. I don't want to deal with y'all. No, none of that. No more. So when y'all daddy get up here and leave at 8, I'm leaving at 8 too. You gonna have to find somebody to watch y'all, clean up this house, do every motherfucking thing else. Because guess what? I ain't doing shit. I'm gonna come here, lay up with your daddy, and take my bitch ass home. That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm not bullshitting. It's my last day being in this motherfucking house, hollering, screaming, cussing, fucking.
Well, can you shut up, please? Because they don't need to hear you talking to them like that. These children, I know a lot of people that talk to their own children like this too, and I don't condone that either. I don't think you should be cursing out children like they're adults and berating them and degrading them like that and lowering their self-esteem. Kids need to be uplifted and talk to them nice. And now if they get to a certain age, they start what they call it smelling themselves, then you might have to check it. But for here, nobody seems to be disrespecting her right now, and she seems to be a tyrant in the household.
Listen, when I could be at home yelling at my own fucking kids all day, I come over here to get away from the bullshit. And guess what? Every day I'm here is bullshit all fucking day with James fucking kids. I am done. I'm tired of y'all. Y'all can have y'all nasty, pissy room to yourself. I'm not gonna tell y'all to clean it up. I'm not cleaning that pissy ass. I'm not doing shit.
Just leave. What TD said. She's trash. That's wrong as fuck. I agree. I agree.
That ain't got nothing to do with me. Y'all want to be pissy and filthy animals sleeping on piss and all that? That's your business. Y'all want to go to school smelling like piss on everybody talking about y'all? That's your business. Baby James, you too, because you sleep in there, so your shit be smelling like piss. Y'all want y'all company, y'all cousins and all that coming over here calling y'all daddy a nasty motherfucker because of how this house look because of y'all? That's your business. Y'all want to go to school dusty and don't give a fuck how y'all look so everybody can be clowning on y'all. Y'all pissy, dusty kids. That's your business. I'm done trying to make y'all better than what the fuck y'all is. Your daddy gonna have to auto-correct y'all because I'm done with that shit. Y'all not finna stress me out and make me have a heart attack. I got a bad motherfucking heart. That's why the fuck I keep trying to tell y'all. Quit pushing me out of my element because when I get there, I'm there. Can't nobody calm me down. Y'all gonna have to call y'all daddy or call the police on me.
You're an adult talking to children, but it seems like you have arrested development right now. You're talking as if you're a child. You can't be calmed down when you go there. Now you have to have somebody to come calm you down or call the police.
Now my daughter done told y'all I do not fucking play. My niece done told y'all. This shit ain't no bullshit. I'm not your mama. I'm not your daddy. I'm not none of that. I will fight you niggas up in here.
What? You trying to fight the kids? If you had to talk to anybody children like this, it's time to go. If you had to talk to anybody's children like this, it is time to go. And James, if you are seeing this video and you allowing a woman that's not the mother of these children talk to your children like this, and you're okay with this, you need to be slapped too. And you shouldn't even let the mother of your children talk to these children like this. But a stranger, Someone that said they just come over there to get their back beat out and then leave. And James, come on, dog. Let's just be real. You can't be having fun with this body. You just cannot be having fun with this. Like, look at her. Like, you just
Y'all will really literally hate my fucking guts because I'm not going nowhere. I'm your daddy bitch. I'm not obligated to take care of y'all. Do none of that. I'm not married to your daddy. None of that. I can leave your daddy right now and never come back again, and it don't mean shit to me because guess what? Another nigga will be in my life next month.
Yeah, because you ain't nothing but a cum dumpster. Slut bucket. You ride the cock carousel. You know what I notice about women? Women brag about getting men as if that's such an accomplishment. When we all know a lot of men, pretty much, most men, I'm gonna say a lot, I ain't gonna say most, but a lot of men will sleep with pretty much anything when it comes to women just to get that Peter Whacker wet. So you saying I'm having another dude in your inbox? Yeah, because you're offering vagina. And you have to offer vagina because not too many men are going to wife you.
But I fuck with your daddy and I love your daddy. I'm here for your daddy. And being that y'all with your daddy and y'all baggage with your daddy, I choose to take
Damn, she called the kids baggage.
on the baggage because I love your daddy. This is a choice. This is not an obligation to me. Do you understand? Do y'all understand? Y'all think a person owe y'all something and don't nobody owe y'all nothing. Okay, your mama passed away. Okay, my daddy been dead for 20-some years. My mama smoked crack my whole fucking life. It's just like I ain't had no mama because she wasn't there. She gave me away when I was 2 days old.
And see, this is what I tell y'all about dating people who are healed, who have not. We gotta. Another thing is, there should be a checklist. We should just make a checklist, a dating checklist. And part of that checklist should be family history, right? Like, were your parents on any drugs? That should be a big red flag. And like, what kind of drugs did they do? Were they like crackheads, meth heads? Like, did they give you up for prostitution, or did you go through the foster system because they couldn't take care of you? Or they like, was your daddy like behind the dumpster, like, sucking Peter Whacker type crackhead? Was your mom like popping that coochie? Was she trying to like sell you to the dope man to get dope type of drug? Like, these are questions that we have to ask people when we date them, because those are very important. Because you got to think about it. You might procreate with this woman. She might be around your children like this woman is. Like, we have to honestly have a serious checklist. How many kids do you have? Well, how many baby mothers do you have? How many baby fathers do you have? How many of those people on drugs? How many people are those people that you have procreated with said they were molested or touched as a child? How many of those people grew up poor? Because growing up poor affects your mind. We understand that. How many people grew up on the single mother households? Like, these are the things we need to have a strict checklist, and people need to be like, no, we don't need that. And I get it. People are going to say, I should not be judged for what my parents did, but let's be real. Dating people who go through that type of trauma, that PTSD, and trying to heal while you're trying to date them only damages you. You get scarred and bruised and hurt and banged up for trying to be the nice. Well, I can't blame them for what their parents went through or what their parents did. Yeah, that's true. I agree. I think we all develop some type of hurt from our parents, even if they were good parents. It's something that you feel slighted about. Some things are minuscule and some things are very big. And that's why you have to be very meticulous about the things that you ask when you're dating people, because so many people go through so much. And sometimes people think, yeah, I'm healed from this, I'm healed from that. You're talking to them, but then you have to give them time. You have to see people through all seasons of life, all the seasons, weather seasons as well, because some people act different in the wintertime than they do in summertime. And some people, you have to put them in scenarios because they might say they're healed from something, and then it's a trigger. They might get triggered easily. This is a person, an adult person, left to watch another man's kid, and she's talking to these children like this. And this is the time that we catch her talking to the kids like this on camera. Ain't no telling how many other times she was talking to the kids like this.
So what? Everybody loses a parent at some point.
So what? How you gonna tell people how to mourn? You can't be like, so what, you lost. These are kids. You, even though your dad, you said dad had been dead, what, 20 years? That doesn't mean that you mourn the same way that these kids mourn. These are still children. You can't be like, so what? And if they was really disobedient and really unruly, they would have been upside your head right now for talking about my dead mama. Especially if she just died, because that's a hurt and a pain that I still feel right now. So obviously these kids aren't that unruly, aren't that disrespectful, because this little boy or little girl, whoever it is that's standing by the wall, should have picked up a skillet and went upside your head real quick. And if somebody else you're talking to behind the wall, they should have jumped you.
Y'all want to use that as y'all crutch. Oh, my mama.
JBO, I think these kids are good. I think these kids are good. The reason that I say I think these kids are good, because you can tell how they're sitting there letting her talk to them like that. If they were bad kids, they would not be sitting there that calmly for 5 minutes while this lady talked to them like that. They would not. And I want to show y'all some fights, but I can't show y'all fights that go on on YouTube. They on Facebook, but I can't show y'all the fights because YouTube blocks it. YouTube has what's weird about YouTube? YouTube has a YouTube Kids and still restricts a lot of the stuff on regular YouTube as if kids were still on here. Why would you make a separate platform for kids if you're still going to restrict it like that? So yeah, a lot of the places like Rumble and stuff like that, they coming up in the game, because I just hope Rumble isn't like the switcheroo where a lot of creators are going over there. Well, they may not be, because they paying out some big bank over there. Hopefully I'll get that one day where they gonna pay me that big bank. This is a video I wanted to play last week, but I couldn't get my computer to work. But when I tell y'all leaving women leaving, now hold on. Hold on, guys. I'm sharing the video.
Hey, peace. What's up? All right. I divorced my husband. Why did I divorce my husband? I divorced my husband because I was making a certain amount of money. I divorced my husband because I thought I didn't need him anymore. I divorced my husband because I had this senior position at work and thought I held the same position at home. I divorced my husband because I thought I was better than him, because I had.
Do y'all hear how this lady's talking? And you know the sad part about what she's saying is she's telling us this. Y'all think she's telling us this because she got the outcome she wanted when she divorced her husband? Do y'all think if she divorced her husband and got the outcomes that she was looking for divorcing him, do y'all think she would have been saying, hey, I would divorce my husband because of this or because of that? Or do y'all think if she got the outcome, she would be like, girl, y'all need to go divorce y'all husband if he ain't making as much money as y'all make, because I divorced my husband and I got a good man.
At my degree now. I divorced my husband because I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not success. That's fucking sickness. I found myself divorced and out there looking for love in all the wrong places, fucking this one and that one and that one and that one and this one and that one, and my body count going up and my value going.
But I'm gonna tell y'all something. I checked this lady page out, right? She probably was bad back in the day. Like, she might not look that like that now, but she has a really, really nice body, and she's not really an ugly woman. But like I said, she's older here. But I don't know how long ago she divorced her husband or what. But 20 years ago, she was probably right. She probably was bad.
Going down. I'm just gonna call it like a TI is. All the while, my husband done found somebody else building a relationship and building a life with them. I should have stayed married to my husband. I felt like I was on this dark road with no street lights, pitch dark, and I couldn't find my way and didn't know which way to go. I felt lost. I felt like I was walking barefoot on that dark road with pebbles and hot rocks sticking in my foot. I felt hurt. I felt alone because every time he and that one and this one and that one left my bed, I was alone, all by myself.
It sounded like when she got married young, and she probably felt like she didn't get a chance to experience life like that. So she went out here thinking that riding the cock carousel was going to be fulfilling, and all it did was fill up that vagina. That vagina. That's all it did. But filling up that vagina often leaves women empty. That's why a lot of women have sexual remorse, because men and women view sex so much differently. And we know, especially in today's time, that sex is so much accessible to men more than it has ever been. And that's why women are complaining about the success rates that they're having when it comes to dating. And that's why I know I hear women talk all the time doing this, doing what I do right now. And just listening to women and seeing their outcomes and they using and the dating strategies a lot of these women look, I just be listening because I'm like, bro, if you think, like, for instance, somebody's using a high school dating tactic, right? They say, I'm not having sex until I'm in a committed relationship. Committed just basically, I'm guessing, means we exclusive, right? I say I'm with you, you say you with me, exclusive. Do you know how many men who may be desperate for sex might just say, hey, okay, we can go together, and then sleep with you and then break up with you? Because that dating strategy is so outdated. That's what women told me when I was in high school. And this is a 30-year-old woman telling me this. Doesn't that don't sound crazy to y'all? If you watching, do that sound crazy? That dating strategy. I'm not going to have sex until I know that we're in a committed relationship. Okay.
And which was supposed to be soft and comfortable for me, my pillow, it was now filled with tears. I should not have left my husband. I am filled with joy now because I have a wonderful man in my life. And although my marriage to my ex is over, I should have stayed with my husband. Now, believe me, he was no angel. But guess what? Neither was I. I just thought I was better than the man. Peace.
See, and this is the issue that a lot of women being in the workplace is going to cause, because a lot of women are going to make so much more money than men that it's going to cause a lot of riffraff in relationships. Because like I told y'all earlier, the math is not mouthing. Women will leave a man because she's making more, not knowing that she's leaving an extra income on the table to search for a man to make more money than she's making, when the men that she's searching for typically are looking for younger women, And a lot of times when women leave these marriages, they have kids. A lot of men don't want to put up with that baggage if I don't have to. I don't understand why men date women with children anyway. That's just me. But I don't understand it. I don't get it. I can't say I love your child because I never met your child. I don't have a bond. I don't feel any philanthropy. If I was going to give back to a child, I would just do it through like charity. That way I don't have to deal with the child all the time. I can still do a good deed for a child, get some money, and go on by my business, help them get a new coat for the wintertime or something like that. But being with your child and dealing with the relationship aspect and the family issues and the baby daddies and them feeling inadequate or feeling like I'm trying to replace their father and all the minutia that you have to maneuver through to have a successful relationship with a mother and some children that you did not help procreate. Like, it kind of, to me, it's a weird thing, but people do it, men do it. I just never I'm just never turned on by a woman who has children. I know a lot of people are. Yeah. No, I'm not. Ugh. But that's another topic for another day. I'm scrolling down the stuff I saved. They have another I'm trying to find this video of these women. These women saying that from the like, I think it was one was 1979, saying that they did not want to be in a relationship. God just make anybody out. God really just be making anybody. He really do. It's some ugly people in this world, dog. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. It's some ugly people. What time is it? Because your boy got to get up and go to work. It was it's 10:47. What time is it where y'all at? Y'all put the time in the clock. Put where y'all at and what time it is so I know. Put where y'all from and what time it is where y'all from so I know what time it is. Oh, here are the clip right here. I got another clip I had saved too. But I played this clip on here before. But we're gonna play it again. 11:47, so you're an hour.
Raise your hand if you're married. None of you are married. Raise your hand if you would like to be married to your baby's father. One. The rest of you who don't plan to get married, why don't you plan to get married? I'd like to know that.
You already have your child to think about, and then a whole family to care for. It's a lot of responsibility, and then you don't want the commitments.
I wouldn't want no man holding me down because I think I can make it as a single parent.
But don't you think you might need help in raising that baby from a man?
Not really. I didn't have a father. My father wasn't in the home, so it really, male figures are not substantially important in the family.
And this is the issue: a repetitive cycle. A repetitive cycle of women thinking they don't need fathers in the home. This woman said that's very ignorant. She believes she can raise a child. And another woman said she didn't want the responsibility of having a complete family. I tell people this all the time. As Black people, our women are so messed up that they want the children, but they don't want the family. They go out here and get these fuck trophies, but they don't want the family. That's all these kids are. This is sad. This is repetitive. It seems like it's never ending. It's a messed up cycle. And the damage, I think the damage is irreparable. I don't think it could be repaired. I don't think we can fix anything. I think the damage is done. I think the damage is done to the young men that are raised by single mothers. The prison system has taken a lot of men. Um, Fathers have been kicked out the homes through the court system, and then the mothers and the police. The young men that are murdered through gang violence because they're out here in the streets searching for a father figure or a place to call home and lay their head or have some type of male camaraderie. This is what we're up against. That's why in our community, it's time for a big purging. That might sound bad, but we need a major purging. There's a lot of people that gotta go because we don't have time to sort through who has the mindset needed for our community to come back and grow and be flourishing and prosperous and loving and caring and smart and intelligent and have the capabilities of reading past a fourth grade level and not going to prison, and women who understand that, hey, marriage isn't a glitz and glamour. Marriage, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, as a married man, marriage is not hard. It's monotonous. It could get boring at times. I might see a, fat ass I want to knock off from here or there. Let's just keeping it honest. Like we're men. I'm a man. We're having a real talk. A real talk. It might be a big old booty I see. I'm like, oh my god, I see it, and I have lustful thoughts, but that don't mean I have to act on it. And I don't know, what your religious beliefs in. I grew up Christian, and lust and all of that is bad to have. But let's be real. We try to sometimes religion just goes against our natural instincts as human too. Now that doesn't mean that's I think separates humans from animals is being able to control your natural instincts. I think that's the only thing that separates us. But to me, for the most part, most people don't separate themselves when it comes to like the things of morality and their natural state, the things that they feel like are natural to them or innate in them. They don't shun those things. They don't suppress those urges. They don't do what it takes to build anything nowadays. Everybody wants to live free, fun, don't judge me, carefree. It's my life and my truth, and I do what I want to do. All of the, all the same old talking points, bullshit, and as if like I tell you, we live for each other. Every day I wake up to raise my child, I'm living for somebody else to make sure he does not rob you. He does not snatch your purse. He does not steal your car. He does not kill your children. He doesn't kill you. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. South Carolina is in the building. Shout out to JBO 2000. You rocking with me. You been here for a minute. You always coming to the screen. Hey, make sure you share my video. If y'all watching, make sure y'all share my video. Like the video. Like the video. We need higher standards in the education system. I agree. I don't know how much you know about Birmingham City, but Birmingham City probably been failing shit the last 20 years, and it's 90% a black school system. As a matter of fact, let's do this. And so I'm just going to show y'all the demographics of just Birmingham City real quick. This is where I'm from, born and raised on the best side, which is the east side. If you're watching, everybody knows this. Yeah, I can't see this, so let me make it bigger. Hold on. It says student body at the schools served by Birmingham City is 1.2% white, 88.7% black, 0.1% Asian or Asian Pacific Islander, 8.9% Hispanic Latino, 0.3 American Indian or Alaska Native, and 0.1 Native Hawaiian or other Pacific Islander. How many Pacific Islanders is there? Does Birmingham have good public schools? Let's look what this says. Top ranked public schools in Birmingham, Alabama are Crestline Elementary School, Cherokee Bend Elementary School, and Mountain Brook Elementary School. All the elementary schools. What about the high schools? A lot of Asians. Oh man. But like I was saying, it's Birmingham City is a black mecca. I still, yeah, that video of them girls showing their cootie pop through the see-through dresses came back up. That don't make no sense. I got 9 messages. Let's see what my messages is on here. It's just a bunch of bull. I was looking at my page. Hey, if y'all following, y'all go make sure y'all follow my y'all make sure y'all go follow my Instagram. Go follow my Instagram, The New Normal Podcast. Go follow my Instagram, The New Normal Podcast. If y'all don't know, the reason that I named this The New Normal Podcast, because it's so much bull crap that's going on that they're trying to call normal or the new normal now. And if you've been through COVID, which all of us have because it was worldwide, that was a normal talking point. Normal talking points. This is the new normal. This is what we're going to have to live with. And a lot of stuff that they got now that we're having to live with is bull crap. From transgender stuff to a lot of social acceptance stuff to trying to tell us what we can and can't say now. It's just a lot of bull crap going on. Then I got a video of these people fighting up in I can't play the fight on YouTube. But I got these people that was fighting up in child support court. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get on Rumble so I can play all the fights and stuff that's on here. I don't know. I think a good education gives a person better social intelligence. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. So I know this is so random right now, but we chilling, y'all vibing with me. So this is why this is why white people be getting ate up by animals right here. This shit right here. Y'all watch this. Look at this shit. This don't make no damn sense. Now this is a fucking leopard. Oh, and this white lady is out here with a broom. Like, like I was a big fan of the crocodile hunter, but when you go and deal with stuff that's dangerous, like this animal, they got like 4-inch claws that could claw your ass up, and you out here with a broom to get it to move, and then you turn your back on it. Like, these are the things that I see, and I be astonished, like at why, bruh, humans are dumb at times. If she thought this was smart, this was the dumbest thing I think I've seen in a long time. Yeah, that cat was big as fuck, bro. I'm just like, I don't even know. I don't even know why. I got I got so much stuff on here. Like I said, I got so much streaming I need to do. I need to catch up. I've been lazy. Did I tell you? So y'all don't know this. So my son was in the podcast room, right? And he was playing with my microphone. And I mean, not my microphone, my camera, and he knocked my camera over, and my HDMI cord was still hooked inside of my camera, and it bent the thing inside the camera, so my camera wasn't working to my HDMI, right? So I sent my camera off to get fixed. I sent the camera off to get fixed, and so when it came back, how about they stole my fucking camera? So my other camera that I had, they stole it. And then it was so bad that when I got the box was clearly opened. And so my wife got the box and opened it. And she didn't even open it, I don't think, and called me. And she was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they stole your camera because this box is hella light. And I'm like, what? And so she opened it. She's like, yeah, there's no camera in here. So now they giving me the runaround to get my camera back after someone stole my camera. And this is Sony. And let me tell y'all one of the things they wanted me to do for me to get my camera back that was stolen. So I'm gonna read what they asked me to do, and y'all tell me if this sounds dumb. Yeah, tell me if this sounds dumb for me to send them because it makes no sense. It says, "Hi Cedric, we are investigating the case of your camera. Please provide us with the following pictures: carton and packaging open, showing the inside." First of all, why in the hell do I have to show y'all the carton and the packaging of the inside when nothing's going to be inside of the box? It's stolen. Like, nothing's going to be there. It says the label information showing the shipping from and shipped to, and the shipping label. Please attach the pictures to this email. We'll be waiting for your reply. And I sent that to them yesterday. Like, I don't understand why am I showing you the box, empty box? Oh Lord, y'all. My wife then sent me a TikTok, and in the message it says we need to have a little girl. I don't understand. See, 1 minute she said I'm done having kids, and next minute she'll send me videos like this, and then like I don't know. I have no clue. I don't understand why anybody right. Oh no. Like having kids. But I will say this. One thing I noticed, the more kids you have, the less parenting you have to do. I know that sounds like kind of messed up, but like kids kind of make their own like community, I guess, inside the house. Like my oldest son takes care of his little brother so much, helps him put his clothes on and make sure he gets his juice and stuff like that. Like he takes a lot, and we don't even ask him. It's not something like you need to take care of your brother, or you're the oldest brother, you gotta set it. We don't do that in my house. But it's like he follows his brothers every move. And so parenting the first child seems to be the key in parenting all the children, because it seems like as it trickles down what you parent the oldest to everybody else in the house. So having other kids, like more kids, is, I don't think they'll take care of themselves. You don't really have to worry about, parenting as much. Like I see other people, with like 7 kids, and like the oldest kids, the mother and father don't even have to change diapers because the older kids are like changing the baby's diapers and so infatuated with the kid, and have the kids sleeping in their beds and stuff like that. So having a lot of kids is not really like a bad thing, because like I said, the kids make their own like ecosystem inside the house and community or whatever, and they take care of themselves pretty much. You gotta take care of themselves pretty much. But it's late. I want to tell you guys thank you for watching. Once again, like the video. Like the video. Let me get my likes up. Pretty, please like the video. Share the video. Share it. Share the video. And leave comments, topics, and things you want to talk about. My email is the new normal newnormalpodcast21@gmail.com. If y'all have topics or things y'all want to talk about, it is, and make sure that's the right thing. It is, yeah. New normal podcast 21@gmail.com. If y'all want to talk about anything, y'all want to leave comments or topics you want to talk about, you want to come on and do a screen with me sometime, just hit me up in that email. It's new normal podcast 21. And like I said, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like and share. And if you don't do that, then your mama is a hoe. And we gone. It's the new normal podcast.